Oh, shit. Oh, we on there? Uh, Happy Monday, bitches. And hold on, let me put on my headphones. Oh, oh shit. Uh, Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. Uh, Sorry that I am now broadcasting live. Uh, like I should have been broadcasting when I scheduled this stream, but things happen, or the fact that maybe I was just not in the mood like to go on live. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here. I am here. I am here. I am here. And yeah, let's get to it, man. Not all color folk is kinfolk. Now, what do I mean by that? You know, because it seems like we have this cognitive dissonance of thinking that just because they look like you know what I mean, do they have whatever interests that you have of black folks progress and shit, or they're just a puppet, and doing what they're told to do, programming everybody, you know, on this narrative of black men against black women and all. And if you ever came across folks like that, well, your best bet is to remove yourself from that equation. Because just because they look like you, mean you, correction, that doesn't mean they your kinfolk. Because, the funny thing you know, about folks want to talk about, oh, we need black excellence, black empowerment, but then we don't we don't work on we don't work as a team or a unit like every other ethnic group in this country. So I want to address some of these color folk who are misleading you uh to a very, very dark place. You know what I mean? To a very, very dark place. And it's going to continue on like this until somebody actually speaks up and point out that these folks are not our folks. Just like, um, the incident that happened last week with Tyree Nichols, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, let me pull up this article. So I don't, make sure that I got the victim's name right. Uh, yes, yes. So you know, and people need to remember like this too. You know, just because they behind that badge, that don't mean that they're one of us now. They're one of them. They bleed blue. Like this light bulb that I have right now. Um, but yeah, man, like I would definitely be very weary of whose intentions are not good and don't want to see nothing change, but want everything to remain the same. But folks want to talk about all black everything, but then folks don't folks folks can't even be in code or have a form of conduct. You know what I mean? Because you don't see none of these folks in every ethnic group in this country acting the fuck out. They probably are, but they're not putting it on the news as they put us on the news, which some people are very sick and not seeing that they're using even media, you know, for nefarious reasons, like separation of black men and black women and all that. Like, ugh. It's just sad. It's just sad, flat out, man. Like, I don't know how many times like I had to stop myself from watching a video all the way through without feeling like a conversation is not being, what's the word I'm looking for? You know what? A conversation is not being held in an adult, in a mature manner. You know, because you got folks that want to personalize from their own experience by broadly brushing everybody. But what does this have to do with not all color folk is your kinfolk? To be honest, to be very honest, like I'd be at a total loss. You know, I'd be at a total loss. Like, how in the hell? How? Just how? How did we get here? How in the hell did we get here? Or just how? Just how did we get here in this bad position? I wonder, you know. But I'm just a villain, and shit, it's just ridiculous just seeing how we are all we will jump to a side that is not black within a heartbeat. Is also sad. But at the same time, like the great minister Farrakhan said, don't go anywhere where you're not welcomed. Find it ironic because this I find it ironic because this is a question that I would probably ask today, like back from what he said back then. Well, if you're saying don't go nowhere we're not welcome, so what are we gonna do about our community? Because obviously it feels like we're not welcome either. Brothers are not welcome either. So where do we go from here? Where exactly do we go from here? I wonder. And let me just address this too, man. Um, because constantly I've seen this a lot on these YouTube streets. If you're saying that you are for black people, please, please ask me this. Why are we only just why are we only just presenting the do the stupid shit that black people do instead of the non-stupid shit that black people do? That never made no sense to me. Especially for those who make money, who make more money off of here than I do, and on the content that they make. And there ain't no hate, no hate. But I'm just puzzled on, you know, I'm just puzzled, just puzzled. You know, at times, like I also ask myself, like, why do we treat each other in the most disrespectful manner, and then expect like other groups to respect you when you hardly don't even respect your own people? You know what I mean? Like that never made no sense to me at all. Like if you want respect from others, if you want other groups to respect you, then we gotta look at ourselves as, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Because all this blaming, constant blaming, nonstop, is not going to make our problems go away within our group. And despite that, our traumas have been recorded throughout throughout the course of human history. Like it shouldn't be rocket science, absolute rocket science, on why we treat each other such an ill manner. But like I said before, man, just because they look like me and you doesn't mean that they have the interest of wanting to see their own people grow. It's like a hierarchy and shit. Like you know, it does it does upset me at times seeing how we mistreat each other. You know what I'm saying? And for those who decided like to leave their group elsewhere, like, I'm not knocking that. But for the both parties that decided to date outside of their ethnic group, please, 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 just be in code, okay? Yeah, you may have one bad apple, but come on. Makes no motherfucking sense to broadly brush all. Don't make no damn sense. Don't make no sense at all. You know what I mean? With all this mudslinging, and then you wonder why, like, we just not. I can't even describe the word, but it's not good. I mean, I can't describe it any more than that. Then it's not a good feeling. Not a good feeling at all. Not a good feeling at all that, or to see this such yeah, just to see a whole lot of arguing, no problems are being resolved. It's just constant people just listen just to rebuttal instead of listening, instead of understanding, you know. But that's just me. That's that's just me, you know. I mean, I thank the Most High for giving me this gift of learning from my experiences, and also not repeating uh not repeating the generational curse being passed down from one generation to the next. Because I cannot imagine myself like trying to pretend to be for black people. Like, I'm sorry, being fake is not in my pedigree. It is definitely, most definitely not in my pedigree. But the fuck would I know? You know what I'm saying? I just like, what the hell would I know? To be honest, to be honest, what? What the fuck would I know? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck would I know? And shout out to the 4 likes. I know that I know those are probably uh likes probably from when I scheduled the stream and shit, and didn't really uh go on live on the on the exact scheduled date. So I do apologize, but sometimes, man, like it's just like, man, do I even am I even up for it? Am I even up for a stream? Like, what exactly am I going to talk about if I already touch bases on these? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, hmm, I'm at a stalemate, you know, at an absolute stalemate. But I also have to remember that, I could talk about anything else besides, you know, but the only difference is I somewhat is solution based instead of having this fetish of this continuation on this goofy ass shit that most of these content creators be on at times. Now I ain't gonna say all, but for those who actually promote that type of dumb shit, uh man, like what are you going to accomplish? What solutions are you going to give? If there ain't no solutions, then maybe you need to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, just maybe. Just maybe you need to learn to shut the fuck up. You know? Because not everybody speaks for us. Not everybody speaks for us, man. Like, Van Jones, that nigga don't speak for me. He may speak of the social issues, but is he solution based? Are any of these public figures that talk about the social injustice that we deal with while they living in their, $1 million homes and shit? Just asking. Now I ain't asking for a handout, but if you saying that you are for your people, then please stop giving it disservice. Because everybody wants to be, because the funny thing about what I'm about to say is everybody wants to be pro-black when it benefits them. I mean, I would think that being pro-black would just mean you will have pride within yourself as a black as a black man or a black woman. You know what I mean? Instead of letting the media and all like tell us differ. You know what I mean? Like, which one is it? Are you gonna have respect and honor? Are you gonna have self-respect along with the honor, or are you gonna just continue on this shtick? You know what I mean? And and this is a question, just a question. Are y'all willing to cooperate? If you can't, then just don't talk about just don't talk about it. I mean, if I'm not going to do anything about it, like, why am I going to put my 2 cents in? Just why, oh fucking why, am I going to put my own 2 cents in? You know what I mean? Because it could get really, it can get really, really mixy at times, man. And then that's when all this chaos comes in, you know, when we have these discussions and it ain't going nowhere besides like pointing fingers, instead of pointing the finger at mainly who be volunteering on the things, on whatever they do. That's the thing. I also believe, you know, in this setting, of society, accountability is just a thing of a past now. Now folks just think taking holding themselves accountable is optional. Yeah, I don't know how that works. Um I definitely do not know how that fucking works, but I know this, you know, you don't acknowledge your mistakes, you're going to keep on running into the same old fucking problems until you either acknowledge, heal, and then build. But our dereliction is very strong. Our dereliction is very, very goddamn strong, man. And it is fucking weird. Okay? It's absolutely, positively weird. Especially it's it's 10 times it's 10 times weird than actual color folk showing their ass for a non color folks, that is. Again, just because they look like you, that does not mean nothing. But would I say that when it comes to push and shove, are we willing to stand together? Just a thought. Food for thought. Food for motherfucking thought. Are we ever going to stick together instead of doing it in a half-ass manner? Because we're only hurting ourselves. We're only hurting ourselves. Excuse me for a second. You know, and for all my fellow black podcasters, man, I'ma just say this. Now, my words may not mean nothing to you, due to the accolades you're getting from your podcast, you know. But do me a solid. Do me an actual solid on this when I say this, man. Stop entertaining the fuckery. Please. Please. Because there's a difference between actually having to talk and actually entertaining the bullshit still. And continuing in the continuization of the bullshit. Like this goofy ass gender war. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. Wouldn't that mean both parties are on a losing streak? If both women are black, like I don't understand. I don't understand at all. And that's mainly most. That's me. And, ugh. And it's just disappointing to even see, just disappointing to see that even on here, like it's like the Wild West. It's like the Wild West, man. It's like the Wild West up in here, dude. Like, what can we do or say? Well, what can I do or say? Besides just observing and pretty much giving my thought about it as I'm doing right now. But yeah, man, like, just because they look like us doesn't mean they represent us. Or they could be representing us, but in a bad lighting. In a very, very bad lighting. And it's up to us or our nieces and nephews. Hell, our unborn children to, to break the cycle. To break this dysfunctional and derelict cycle that we've been trapped in for, I don't know, for how many decades. But it's been long. Way too damn long. You know what I'm saying? Way too fucking long, man. Way too long. Give me a second, y'all. Oh shit. Did this drop? I hope none of my goodies fell out the bag. Oh, nope. Did not. I'm sorry, y'all. I am talking and also I am also multitasking. Uh I'm on and wake and bake. Uh yeah, I don't have to go to work until a little bit later in the afternoon. So I'm gonna take full advantage of my early mornings and afternoons before I get ready for work. So please forgive me if I am talk if I am not talking, I'm also concentrating on rolling this fat ass blunt. So excuse me. I would show y'all my rolling skills, but last time I had some marijuana on camera, uh some goofy fuck you know struck my page with age restriction, and I'm like, what? I did put an age restriction, so what we talking about? But anywho's anywho's, I kind of find that really weird. But then again, I must have been doing something right. Yeah. Oh, you can't. I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck. I'm a grown ass man. As long as I'm not, as long as my viewers are not adolescents, you know, gotta be 18. You gotta be 21 and up. I'm 21 and up. 18, I'll make an exception. Only because you're only here and you want to listen and you want to hear what I got to say. Or maybe because it's your first time exploring my page. I don't know, man. I don't know, B. I just don't know, B. I just don't know. You know what? I'm thinking about wetting this roll up. Nah, nah. Cause I don't feel like doing too much. And not only that, my nieces are here. So you know how that goes. You know, when they're here, you know, I'd be Uncle Oni. You know, but you know what I'm saying? I don't mind doing that, man. Cause you know what I mean? I haven't seen my niece, nieces, like, I would say like a good couple of months until like the holidays and shit. And of course, my nephew, you know, my two lovely sisters as well. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the beauty. It's the beauty. Just the joy of being these kids' uncle. It's is a very very beautiful feeling. You know. I mean, I'm not comparing it as like comparing it like having a kid. You know, but it definitely equals the equal amount of love that you would give that I would give if I had my own if I had if I had my own kid, you know what I mean? Or children. You know what I mean? But since we're on that topic, um, you know, one thing the advisor once said, um, you know, months back, you know, um, you don't have to have children to have a legacy. Like your nieces and nephews or anybody that were close to you can, you know what I mean, tell you how much of a wonderful person you were, you know, how you were willing to so, willing to come up with a solution instead of making matters worse. They are. You know what I mean? So, if I do have a kid, you know what I mean? That would mean that I have picked I have picked wisely on the woman that I wanted to be with, that I want to be with. And I do apologize that I'm trying not to rip this rip this leaf. Damn, I should even told I should have asked these folks when I got the leaf, when I got this last night after work, um, was it fresh? Because sometimes, like, feeling it if it's fresh or not, that's cool, but I hope they have an expiration date like everything else has, right? All right. You know what? Let me put a little bit in here. Oh, spilled some out. Oh, great. Oh, joy. Give me a second, y'all. This this by far this by far is the most challenging, but somehow, some way, I always overcome these small obstacles like this. Mm-mm-mm. Well, that was the first part. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Someone, somewhat getting there. Somewhat. uh, shit. Mm-hmm. 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 Don't want to make it too loose, nor do you want to make it too tight. You just want to make it just right. Okay. Now that we got that taken care of, to to all my to all my 420 heads out there, cheers. Sorry, y'all. Ah, now that's how a blunt's supposed to feel. Smooth, not too harsh. Mm, mm. I should do a damn class, man. No lie. I should do a damn class. Learning how to roll a goddamn blunt. But yeah, man, going back to the conversation. I do apologize. Uh yeah, man. If something doesn't feel right with you about these folks, they talk about black empowerment, but if you're all for about the common people, then why are we having hidden agendas? Is my number one question. That is the question. Why? Just why? Why, fucking why is the question. Why? Just why? Just why? Oh, why? Oh, why? Oh, why? Oh, why? Why? Oh, why? Why? Oh, why? Just why? Why? Oh, fucking why? Oh, fucking why? Oh, hello there, troublemaker. Listen, I'm not trying to hear all of that, okay? So, what do I owe this visit? Oh, Sexy Red. Right, your name is Sexy Red, but I'm supposed to see you as an innocent woman. Okay. if you if you say so, Red. If you say so, honey. Just make sure you don't get too hypnotized if I do catch you by surprise though. Just saying. Just saying. Only saying. Only saying. But yeah, man. I feel like the only way, I mean, this is going to probably take a while for us to actually come together as a whole. But yeah, I stand on I stand on exactly what I posted up as the title. Not all color folk or you kinfolk. And and yes, good morning to you. Good morning to you, sexy. Good morning to you. But yeah, man. I mean, even if saying all the right things, where are their intentions? What are the intentions? What are their exactly intentions? What they're trying to do? Are they trying to come up with people's hard earned funds? You know what I'm saying? I mean, not to say that being a content creator isn't a job, but I would definitely say if you're talking about these issues like relationship issues or blah blah blah, what is your solution? What is your solution? I mean, yes, we know, we see the problem. We're figuring out that there is a problem. But now that we know that there is a problem, how are we going to solve it? How are we going to solve it? Because last time I checked, can't win anything alone. Well, let me just say this. Let me clear that up. You don't see every other ethnic group saying that shtick. So why are you saying it? Just remember, there is no such thing as I in team, only in unity and union. Only in unity and union. Well, same word, same meaning, but yeah, y'all, how we gonna figure this out? How we gonna solve this? I mean, we're on the same page. There shouldn't be no debate on it, right? Just a thought. Just a thought. Cause shit, I don't know how blaming each other ever did anything, but besides make matters worse. And the internal conflict within our group continues on. All this non-cynical gender war. Let me tell you something, man. Like, first time I ever heard those two words put together, you know what I was thinking about? You know what came in mind? Kind of remind me of this computer game that my uncle once gave me. My uncle-in-law, that is. Um, Years back. Now, this game, and I'm mad that I did not keep the game just to show as a memento or proof. But there was this game that actually was just like the gender wars. Like, wowzers. Like, wow fucking zer. I'm like, gender war kind of sounds like this fucking PC game that I was playing way back. like, like on some real shit. Like, I'm just like, okay, so we're not going to acknowledge both parties are not going to win at all. They won the battle, but they didn't win the war, which actually is. Uh, uh, it's just, it's just, I don't even know what folks will benefit participating in such foolish gander. It's on me for the most part, but please do not complain. Please do not complain when things just starts to change gradually. Y'all wanted to participate in this goofy ass nonsense. Like, man, get the fuck on out of here. I wish some one of you niggas would tell me, hey man, you gonna join the gender war? What? I don't got a problem with women. Shit. So what the fuck do I need to participate in a gander that's I mean, what are we gonna gain from this? Goofy ass gender war. What are we gonna gain from this? Nothing. Nothing. Both sides are not gonna get what they demanded until both parties can somehow work on themselves, which that should have been the main goal. But but ain't nobody else's fault besides yours, ladies and gentlemen, that you pick these ain't shit niggas and you pick these ain't shit bitches. Now you want to be on this whole fucking crusade, which has no meaning to it, along with talking ill about each other. Mm-mm-mm. It's like, listen, if you don't feel loved and appreciated, you go elsewhere in silence without running your fucking mouth and thinking that's cool and acceptable to be talking down about your own group. And this is the main reason why these not these other folks are looking at us easy. But that's only until and and I don't care if it takes you to your first life expect when you're in your 50s and shit. Out like listen, healing is a process, but it shouldn't be prolonged. Healing is a process, but you should not prolong that process. And see, and that's the reason why that's another problem another pet peeve, I should say, that I have. Like, don't talk to me about healing if you're still stuck in your past tense trauma. See, trauma is like a scar or a wound. You're going to continue on, you're going to carry on living your life with all those scars. And not only that, they being reopened. It's like, come on. What kind of what kind of healing is this? Yeah, I definitely know now what I need to do when second niece gets older. I think she needs to be put into sports when she gets a little bit older. But anywho's enough about my niece. But yeah, like I hate when people say they're healing, but then when they get into a conversation and their mannerisms don't show that they have healed because they're not liking the other person's choice of words, even if it's clean and direct. I don't know, man. I do not know. But I do know this. We better we have to heal before we try to make some maneuvers. Cause all this right here, I ain't liking this shit at all. Like, I am not liking this shit at all, B. Like, sheesh. Could y'all make matters any worse? Can you make matters worse? But that'll be my time. So I'll catch y'all whenever. But thanks for tuning in. This is Only the Ghost signing off.